Sprawling in both story and level design, Hotline Miami 2 Wrong Number is a more fleshed out, ambitious follow-up to its 2012 predecessor. There are a few truly frustrating moments, but that sense of flow is still here. It's a relentless, rhythmic, and brutal game of killing fast and often dying even faster. Hotline Miami 2's style is a smooth continuation of the first game. It moves the setting ahead into the grungy 90s, but also occasionally whips us back to the mid-80s in a feverish rollercoaster ride that further unfolds the twisted story. This is a deep dive into an engaging alternate history full of masked fanatics, mobsters, drugs, war, and even a few haunting figures from the past. All set, of course, to a pumping electronic soundtrack even better than the last one. Hotline Miami 2 carries on the same top-down twitch shooter gameplay and ultra-violent retro art style of the original, shifted only slightly to make things feel fresh. What's changed most is the scale of the levels. Hotline Miami 2 isn't afraid to drop you into vast, open areas where danger lurks outside the boundaries of your screen. This is an interesting change of pace that demands a new, more cautious approach. These large levels can end up feeling a little too imposing for their own good. There were several points when clearing even half an area became a painstaking task, and in a game where all of that progress can be destroyed in an instant by an off-screen enemy with a shotgun, it's really tough. What saves it from being overly frustrating are a few new ways of dealing with distant threats, most notably an improved lock-on system. Pushing the lock-on button instantly targets the enemy closest to your cursor, even if you can't see him yet. It's a slightly unfair advantage, but serves to balance out the leap in difficulty. The story has also grown into a layered multi-character saga that spans several years and involves a serial killer, a Russian gang war, and even an actual war. It's less of an ambiguous mystery, but just as bizarre and fun to piece together. The more plot-driven approach means we don't get as much freedom to choose how we tackle each level, because most are tied to a specific character. The upside is that it also allows room for Hotline Miami 2 to present new situations, interesting characters, and unpredictable events that break away from the typical expectations of a sequel. Hotline Miami has always been known for its mindless killing, but in Hotline Miami 2, the dozen playable characters are defined by their personal motivations. You can play as a soldier who kills because he's in a war zone, which is a very different reason from the copycat killers who recreate the crimes of the original Hotline Miami character. This saves it from falling into gross repetition or suffering from style over substance. It also means that Hotline Miami 2 can explore new scenarios thanks to character-specific goals. One character, in a shocking twist for Hotline Miami, can actually get through a level without killing anybody. Knocking someone down and picking up their guns results in an animation of you rendering the weapon non-lethal. Playing through these levels is mostly the same, minus the guns, but it's still an interesting example of a character's personality changing things up. There are a few levels that do offer some choice, either variations of a mask or other accessories that grant different abilities, but some characters don't even wear masks at all. In terms of story, this makes sense and is a great way to get us closer to what's happening and why, but in terms of gameplay, it can feel limiting. Fortunately, an unlockable hard mode prevents some loss in replay value. This new difficulty mode mirrors level layouts, adds more enemies, and removes the ability to lock on. All excellent tweaks if you love a challenge. An early version of the Hotline Miami map editor is also included, which is already easy to use and is a great way for the community to expand the life of Hotline Miami 2. Hotline Miami 2 Wrong Number is a great game and a worthy sequel. It's more confident in its style, storytelling ability, and level design than the first game. It has enough depth to stand on its own, but also manages to nail a balanced variety of new and old Hotline Miami goodness for fans who want both. For more on Hotline Miami 2, stick with IGN.